Hey guys, this is Chery, welcome to the channel. Today I'm at Xi'an Auto Show. Unlike all the other big international auto shows, Guangzhou, Shanghai, Beijing, this auto show is kind of different. This auto show gathers all the brands together for people to buy the vehicle directly from these auto shows. As generally speaking, from 1st of May, China will have a national holidays for about 5 days. Most people are going to use this time to buy their cars and things like that. There are huge promotions going on, so this auto show may look very different. Since I live so close to Xi'an, when I travel back to China, I just want to show you what it looks like for all the brands that's available in the Chinese market. Hopefully I'll go through many models and many cars available in the Chinese market, and let's find out. I'm also not sure how I'm gonna edit all these videos because it's gonna be a long video and it's gonna be a full day video for me. So what I'll do, I'll leave the timestamps down below. If you want to skip forward, there'll be many brands. They're all mixed together. There'll be European brands, there'll be Chinese brands, there'll be Japanese brands. We're going to do 4 different stadiums. So one stadium is the one I ride now, and second stadium, third stadium, and fourth stadium. So hopefully I'll go through everything and I'll talk about a little bit more about this particular brand, about this particular car, and I'll show you what I know about the market. Alright, now first brand is the Volkswagen. This is not actually the Chinese-made Volkswagen. This is a Volkswagen import stand. That's why you can see the Volkswagen Touareg. They are purely imported from Germany or other European markets. I don't think this is as attractive as other brands compared to what we see. It's a Volkswagen stand. I'm not gonna get into it, but here is quite different. So this is the ID. I can't remember the English name, but in Chinese it's called Yuzhong. So it's different from the ID4 range. It's more of a ID sort of coupe shape. I believe it's sort of similar to the ID4, but they are quite different. This is the Chinese-made vehicle. They are only available in the Chinese market. Do you like the design? I think it looks really cool. It kind of suits the Chinese market. It's quite aggressive looking at the front. It's pure electric. They don't do any hybrids or petrol motors, and this particular Volkswagen ID brand, you can see on the top in the Chinese market, the starting price is 189,000 Chinese yuan, and that's about 40 to 50,000 US dollars. They're on par with something like the ID4, but a little bit more expensive in the Chinese market. Let's see if we can get inside. Yeah, the interior looks identical to the ID4, but feels a bit more premium in some way. You can see the center console looks quite like the Chinese cars, to be fair. Nothing like the Volkswagen. Big tablet screen, of course. Ambient lightings are also available inside. Rear seats, looks like ID5 rear sort of seats. It's not too bad. Let's see if we can open the boot. There we go. Oh, it's power tailgate, sorry about that. There we go. It's not bad space. So yeah, very close to the ID5, I think, the overall dimension and size. Now I get the English name. It's ID Unyx. It's quite different, but they are not available in the overseas market, so China only for this sort of vehicle. Do you like the design? Let me know in the comments. Now, based on what I can see on the map, the BMW may have the smallest stand among all the other brands. They're not that popular in terms of auto shows because many people are wanting to check out new brands. We got X5, we got the 5 Series, the new X3, the 3 Series, and the 2 Series. Then that's pretty much it. It's not busy and there's no one here. There's a few salesperson and that's pretty much it. I don't think we need to focus on that. Next, let's turn around. We are going to see Toyota. So under the Chinese market, Toyota will have quite different Toyotas, let's put it that way. So this is called Ichi Toyota. So they're the northern Toyota, and they produce Crown Highlander, they produce BZ5. That's another thing I've never seen before. This is the Gravia, and this is a 7-seater, by the way. And this is the Avalon, and last one is the Prado, which is the LC250. All right, from the exterior, it really kind of looks like what's so-called the Crown, so the SUV that's available in the North American market. Definitely not available in the New Zealand or Australasian market. Flush-looking door handles, they actually pop out like this. That's quite strange, but yeah, feels like a Prius, but in a bigger version. And there's also a coffee machine at the back. All right, I guess we can't get inside, but we can have a look. The Crown Highlander. So the funny thing is, in China you can buy just a standard Highlander, but this is a Crown Highlander. Crown is more of a premium sort of luxury brand compared to the standard Highlander, but they have the identical chassis, a bit more expensive, slightly different material inside. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, the interior looks identical to the standard Highlander you can buy in the New Zealand and Australian market. Now the next one is called Grand Via. So Grand Via is similar to the Toyota Sienna. So Sienna is in the Southern Toyota lineup, where this is the Northern Toyota lineup. Again, it's kind of confusing, but Grand Via is a bit more expensive, feels a bit more luxurious. You can see this has the sort of decorated floor, logos over here, big sort of luxury seats. The inside on the top, yeah, just a Toyota-ish. Wooden trim inside, big tablet screen. Yeah, they're all right, they're not bad. They sell pretty well. I think they sell about 7,000 units every month, in China. So still big numbers. Now, next one is the Avalon. That's available in the North American market as well. It's a bit more luxurious than the Toyota, what's that called? Toyota Camry. And the next one is the RAV4, but they still sell tons. And next one is the Prado, which is identical to the New Zealand version in terms of spec. But in Chinese version, you are getting the 2.4 liter turbo hybrid motor. So that's different from what we get. I think this is a standard spec, nothing spectacular. So hopefully we'll drive one when we get back to New Zealand to see how the New Zealand version drives like. Now the next brand across from the Toyota is going to be the SAIC Maxus brand. In case you don't know Maxus, they are pretty much the LDV or MG brand in different markets. Because what we see right now, it's called GX, but it's actually going to be the MG Ute. So this is what the Ute is going to be like. I think similar in some way, but very different in other ways. So it's a big Ute. It's a little bit bigger than standard double cab Hilux or anything like that. For example, hopefully I'll be able to test this when I get back. So hopefully I can do a review on it. But the inside looks really premium. Soft material on the top, wireless phone charging, leather seats, looks pretty cool. Dual tablet screen, just as standard. Big chunky steerings as well. That's really cool. Let's have a look at the back. That's spacious. Look how thick these leather seats are. That's really spacious. It's going to be noisy, by the way. There's so many speakers around me, so I do apologize. Interior trim looks really good. Can we have a look inside? Let's see. That's not bad interior. I love the seats. Seats hugs me really, really well, by the way. A Ute logo over here, some buttons over here to control your central locking, home button, aircon unit, and things like that. I don't think we can start, but you got diff lock, full L, and drive mode selection. Some buttons over here, and then you get column shifters for your parking reverse, indicators, wipers on the left. Cruise control over here, some direct buttons over here. That's really nice, actually. Interior, top, leather finish over here, leather finish over here. It just overall looks really cool, actually. Now this is what the rear looks like. It's called GX, or what we are going to call it is the MG Ute. Yeah, it's quite a square boxy shape. You can see the boxy cut over here. It's called the sports bars, just built-in sports bars. Yeah, it just feels really long. It definitely feels a lot longer than something like a Ford Ranger. Yeah, very cool looking. Do you like the MG Ute design? Let us know in the comment. Now on this side we are going to get some LDVs. They are not going to be sold like the MG brand in the New Zealand market. This is G50 hybrid. I think they are just plug-in hybrid. Combined range, they said 1,400 kilometers. Huge. It's a 7 seats, but I think they do have Vans and other brands over here. G50, that's another 7 seats, I think. Yeah, that's maybe, I don't think that's pure electric. This is another cool looking van. It's so long, it's so cool. This is called V1. I've got no idea what that means. But yeah, it's basically a people mover, but a long stretched version of people mover. You can see the sliding doors, you can see the wheelbase. I think the wheelbase is going to be over 3 meters or something like that. Let's open the door. Jeez, so you can have 3. So what's that? 11 seats, I think. So quite spacious. Got wooden floor on the seats, and the door material feels quite funny. But yeah, it's quite a cool looking van. At the front, just pretty basic, isn't it? But yeah, this is sold under the Maxus brand, which is under SAIC group, but you can option for different things. Now they do also have the Maxus camper van. You can do many configurations. This one, I believe this is electric. That's strange, isn't it? I think maybe it's half electric. So you do get so many options, so many things. Let's have a peek at the interior. Nothing special, just like all the other LDVs. But yeah, it's a nice looking people mover. Let's have a look. Sorry, I was wrong. These are available in the plug-in hybrid version. So yeah, that's quite cool. Now this is the V80. V80 is another van or people mover. You can convert all these things. This is now a people mover sort of size. Yeah, that's the Maxus stand for us. Now the next brand is the car I really want to check out. This is called iCar. So it's under the Chery group. So it's a new group, new stand. They basically just focusing on the boxy shape SUVs. They are pure electric. There are quite a few versions available, by the way. This is a V23. I think this is the most popular one or the most best looking one. This is the standard 03. So just like a boxy shape. I think these could be sold under the Jetour, so the brand in the New Zealand or overseas market. It's a small compact size SUV, but with boxy shape. It doesn't really go off-road, but it's just really cool. It's more of an idea of like a 5-seater Geomi, but in a pure electric form. You can press this. Oh, that's so cool. So no space savers, by the way. It's just simply a trunk for your boot configuration. And open this up. Side doors. The boot looks quite small, by the way, but it feels really good. Let's step back. And just, yeah, the overall shape looks like a Tank 300, but in a mini version in some way, or a Geomi in a bigger version. The interior looks rather nice. Look at that. All right, let's step inside. Whoo, that's nice. So the iCar logo are basically in the center. You got swivel adjustments for your volume and things like that. The gear shifter is behind the steering. Indicator wipers are on the left. Small digital dashboard that looks quite like the smart dashboard, by the way. And now this is a big tablet screen. You get controls, you get all the things, you get air cons, you get volume. So many things you can adjust. That's so cool. Wireless phone charging over here. Swivel adjustments for your volume or for your control pad, I think. This is called all-road, but I don't think this car really focuses on the off-road capability that much. Most people are using this car as sort of a daily drive. Charger underneath, pockets over here. Nice material over here. There's so soft material. Look at the material over here. That's really nice. I love that, actually. I think door opening is by pressing the buttons on the top. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I think so. Pressing this, open the door. That's quite cool. Wooden trims over here, leather finish on the top. Again, New Zealand version will have different options, different things. Who knows, whatever. Anyway, now the back seat still looks quite spacious. Step inside, I'm 178 centimeters tall. I've got still plenty of leg room. The seats are definitely raised up. The floor is also raised up. You can see the aircon, you can see the USB-C charging. Armrest over here. Feels soft, nice. The seats are nice. So yeah, what do you think about the overall shape? Let us know in the comment down below. You can see the iCar logo, also lit up. You can see the LED lights, also lit up. The tires, they are definitely not off-roading tires. These looks like 19-inch to me, but let's see if we can find out. It is 19, there we go. Now going back to the V23, this is very similar chassis against the V03, but this is a bit more premium, bit more off-roader. Let's see if I can open the door handle. That looks like that way. Anyway, the interior feels a lot cooler, just a lot more physical buttons and here and there. Yeah, very different shapes and things like that. Yeah, so quite cool overall. Step backwards. Yeah, the seats look similar, maybe. Yeah, it just looks a lot more rugged. This is finished in the matte green finish. Very cool looking. Again, the boot opens here, but that doesn't. Does it open? I don't know. Opening nice. How do you open the back? Oh, there we go. That opens the back. So yeah, this is a lot smaller than the standard 03, but I don't think the V23 will be available in the New Zealand or Chinese overseas market. outside the China. So yeah, but it looks really cool. I think this is a bit more expensive than the standard iCar 03 anyway. And another cool thing about V23 is there are so many colors available, and these also painted in the cartoon or anime videos. So that's really cool. So that's the iCar stand. Now let's turn around and we are at the Mazda stand. The Mazda is kind of boring for the petrol range. You are going to see those cars in the overseas market. The cool thing is the EZ-6. So this is the Chinese built and China only electric sedan. This is based on the D-POW, which is a Changan brand. And yeah, it's a beautiful looking sedan actually. A lot of people are saying the dynamic, the oval shape and everything about this driving part is very similar to what you can find on standard petrol range of Mazda vehicles, but the oval shape and things is all Chinese made, so it's quite different. Hey, 你好，谢谢。So the interior looks like a depot stand. It definitely looks nothing like the Mazda shape. You can see the interior build quality, everything is focusing on the Chinese market. Big type-less screen again, center console, it's beautiful. So the trim finish, they are Alcantara finish over here, leather finish over here. We will be able to step inside on the driver's seat to have a look. Now this is what the rear looks like. Surprising, this is actually a lift bag, so quite different from the standard sedans overall. The boot volume is okay, not too big, but feels like a Mazda 6 stock volume. But pressing the button, that'll close. I think the overall shape and design feels quite Mazda, but the interior looks absolutely nothing like a Mazda vehicle. Step at the back seats. Oh, frameless doors, by the way. That's really cool. There's heaps of legroom, and the people at the front is definitely not short. And you can see the legroom, everything. Love the seats, by the way. All right, let's have a look inside, finally. So, this is the inside. So dashboard over here with the piano black monitoring system over here. Yeah, just a huge screen overall. It looks like a Chinese market screen, of course. The whole thing, can you tilt? No, you cannot tilt. Yeah, there's just so many features you can choose. Yeah, that's cool. Air conditioning. Wireless phone charging is over here, cup holders over here. These trims feel like a Mazda trim and even a silver trim. And these storage, of course. Love the steering. The steering looks really cool. 360 camera. Yeah, there we go. So it just looks like this vehicle is available in the pure EV version and also available in the REEV, which is range extended EV or plug-in hybrid, whatever you want to call it. And the starting price on the website starts at 129,000 Chinese yuan, which is just around 40,000 US dollars. That's pretty attractive for a big sedan like this. I think they're also making an SUV, just like the Depot brand. We haven't seen it over here, so I guess next time. Now the next brand that's available on the stand is going to be GAC. This brand hasn't really come to New Zealand just yet, but they are going to be in the New Zealand market. GAC has many brands under their umbrella. This one is called Triumph, whatever you call it. In Chinese, it's Trumpchi. So there is one that's potentially going to hit the New Zealand market. It's called this GS3. It's more of a compact size, small SUV. This could be a competitor to the Volkswagen MG ZS, and also cars like the Kia Seltos, Toyota Corolla Cross, whatever you want to call it, small size SUV. I think this is on their way to New Zealand market, as far as I know. But opening the boot, manual tailgate by the way. Looks small, but 320 liters maybe. You can drop this down by the way. We're gonna have a look at the front. I think the design look of this is quite cool. Just a lot of cutting shapes, sloping roof lines, looking flush looking door handles, which is unnecessary for petrol vehicles, but it is still really cool. Let's step inside, see what I can find. Leather seats feels cool. Manual seats on this version. I love the steering, feels solid. Buttons over here for the cruise controls, and then indicators, wipers, everything. Gear shifter, very small, very tiny. Parking brake over here. Dashboard. This panel kind of reminds me of something you can find on Oppo or other brands. Physical buttons underneath, really cool. Digital dashboard looks really cool as well. It doesn't feel like high-tech compared to other brands we've just seen, huge tablet screen or anything like that, but this is more than enough for a cheap vehicle. This is going to be relatively inexpensive and budget-friendly, and I think GAC is going to make their way to the New Zealand and Australian market soon, so let's find out. Interior-wise, over here, two-tone colors, and they got dark leather over here, purple or blue-looking leather on the side, trims over here, trims on the side. Yeah, it's just a little bit too strange for the color combination. Hopefully, when they come to New Zealand, just roll out with the standard black look. That'll make it. That'll do the work, I think. On the top, we got the so-called panoramic sunroof, which is not necessary for most people. Center console is cool. Storage underneath is also really nice. Now behind the seats, we're going to find some space over here. Seats looks all right. Step inside, feels all right. I haven't really set the position, but I still got okay amount of legroom. Seats feels good. There's no armrest, but yeah, it feels spacious. Headroom is okay. It's not too bad. Now GAC Trumpchi have many vehicles available. This is kind of, I think, a plug-in hybrid. This is called S7. It's more of a big 5 seats. We're not going to have a look at this because I don't think this will make it to New Zealand. M8 is another sort of medium-sized MPV that's available in the Chinese market. It competes with something like a Denza D9, which is you are going to find in the New Zealand market. I think they are trying to bring something like this to the New Zealand market, but hopefully they will just bring the petrol or hybrid version, not the pure EV version. But this is the very luxury tablet screen at the back, chair seats, and then the dashboard. It just overall feels really spacious, it feels really premium, and they're not expensive. They are about, I think, 300 or 250,000 Chinese yuan, which is about maybe 60 to 80 grand for the New Zealand dollars. That's really cool. It's massive. The grille is massive, and you can see the design cues from the Toyota Alpha, something like that. But yeah, that's just the cool thing about the M8. Now the GAC GS8 is another SUV I really want to see in the New Zealand market. This is a big 7-seats SUV. It competes with something like a Toyota Highlander or Hyundai Santa Fe sort of size. You can even see at the front, the cutting lines and everything looks maybe in some way similar to the Santa Fe overall, but this feels really good. This feels really luxurious. At the front, on the side, it looks like a Range Rover in some way. I think you can definitely see the design cues. And then inside over here, big screen, and here they're just premium. It feels really good. Over here, nice interior again, spacious seats, and look at the quality leather. That's really cool. I think they are available in the 5 seats or 7 seats configuration, but if they're coming into New Zealand, please bring the 7 seats version, because we need that. That's going to be a popular vehicle. I'm already getting tired, but there's so many cars to look at it. I think, is this, no, this is the 5-seater version. So yeah, they are available in the 7-seats version, but this is 5 seats. When you have 5 seats, huge space at the back. I think they are available in the petrol power, and they are also available in the plug-in hybrids power. Do you like the shape of the GS8, which is similar to something like a Santa Fe or the Toyota Highlander? Let me know in the comment down below. Now this is the GS4. I think it's a new vehicle. I've never seen this one before. It's a sloping roofline at the back, sort of medium-sized SUV, like maybe a Toyota RAV4 sort of size. Now this is the interior. Again, tablet screen, digital dashboard. Not gonna find anything short of that. Oh, the door opening looks really cool. Press pull to open. That's interesting. Back doors feels spacious as well. Now the boot, it's alright. Spacious, not superb. Alright, I'm gonna turn the microphone noise cancellation because there's so many noises around me. And this stand is called Jetour. So this is the sub-brand under the Chery group. Some of these vehicles are available in Russia, in some other markets. They haven't made their way to the New Zealand market. But yeah, if you want to see anything of this, you might look at the Chery group or Chery brand. I believe this one is available in South Africa. It's more of a medium-sized SUV. Yeah, they don't come to New Zealand just yet. And this one is probably the most important product they have. It's called, I can't remember, Traveler or whatever you want to call it. It competes with things like a Tank 300, so off-roader focuses to SUVs on the market. This one, you can see the cues, you can see the lines, it's just boxy shape, big boxy, big chunky tires, 20-inch off-road tires overall. The interior looks also, again, very premium, and you can see the lines. You can even see the design cues. They are just quite solid, hard plastic over here. So they just focus on off-road. Off-road ability may not be as like hardcore as the Tank 300, but they do come with a better price point compared to the Tank 300. So you're gonna see a lot of them on the road when you go to China, when you go to other markets. Even the doors feels, yeah, just the chunky designs, and yeah, it just all the corner designs are quite striking. Let's step back. You can see the lines. This side looks quite close to a Defender overall. You can see that. Now this vehicle is here called Shanghai L9. It focuses on a big 7 or 6-seater versions of the family SUVs. Again, inside it looks really cool, really premium. They are not available in the overseas market yet. They are just the Chinese domestic market focused. You can see over here, I think they're available in the range extended versions. Second row has massage, cooling, and heated seats. Wow, that's just really cool. Yeah, just cool designs. You can see the back seats. And they are relatively inexpensive. I think they start somewhere around maybe 300,000 Chinese yuan, which is about 60, maybe 70 New Zealand dollars. But big 7 seats. CDM is the technology that's available in the Chery group for the plug-in hybrids. The amount of noises they generate should be illegal for other brands because no one's watching other brands right now. Right now, we are looking at the Changan Motors. Changan is one of the largest dealership, one of the largest Chinese brands in China. They're not available in the New Zealand market, but they have D-Power, which is available in the what's that called, Australian markets. Where Changan itself, its core brand focuses on things like petrol motor. The UniV is a sporty looking sedan. They're again relatively inexpensive, but really cool looking. And then they got CS75, which is a big SUV. They're not the most popular, but I think the CX5 or something is one of the populars. So CX55 is the popular, so the medium size. And they have the Z6, also kind of pure electric. You can see the logos at the front. They have so many different vehicles under the Changan group, and they're just really budget friendly. You'll see many of them on the market, and yeah, you'll see many of them on the road as well. Now, next one is the Kia stand. Kia is unfortunately a kind of dying brand in China, although they still have good lineup, but all their cars are just really budget friendly. We've got the Carnival over here. Carnival is more like a 3rd generation, not the newest generation Carnival, but it still sells okay. And they'll get Stonic, we've got Seltos, and we've got Cerato, I think, EV5, Sportage, and they're all slightly still old models, but yeah, this is K3. And that's K5, and that's pretty much it. There's not many of them available. They don't really spark much interest. They sell okay for reputations and things like that. So yeah, they are all right. All right, in case you're wondering, we are still under the Stadium 1, so we haven't finished just yet. This is the big Geely brand, Geely stand. Geely has many vehicles. This is only the Geely core brand. Do remember, Geely will have Zeekr, Geely will have like Lotus, all those other brands. So we have the Geely E5 that's available in the New Zealand market, which is over here. So it's called Geely EX5 in the New Zealand Australian market. It's a medium-sized SUV or small compact-sized SUV like the BYD Atto 3. Yeah, it's cool looking, so hopefully I'll be able to drive this when I get back to New Zealand to be able to tell you my thoughts about it. Right now, the New Zealand starting price is just $51,990 plus ORC. Now, this is the car I've been seeing on the road for the last few weeks since I've arrived in China. This is called the Geely Geomi. So Geomi is like a super compact K car. They're not K car, they are Chinese car, by the way. Let's call C car maybe. So super small. It's got 4 seaters that's available. All the seatbelts are available, but they're just so tiny. You're gonna drive this as a daily drive, and when the seats are all the way up, you absolutely get no space. But when you drop it, there's a little bit space for your luggage and things. The boot opening is really funny. Although they call this Geomi, but in Chinese, they actually write Panda on it. So it's called Panda Mini. It's 2-door or 3-door. Open this up. That's really cool. I want to step inside. Let's have a look inside. So, digital dashboard, but they are just like really basic digital. Doesn't really matter. This is cheap. And then dashboard looks like this. Center console, you get gear shifters, you get window controls in the center, you get aircon adjustment over here, USB-A and Type-C charging over here. There's no glove box, but you do get a small hook over here for shopping bags. Nothing over here, and over here, so many plastics. But again, who cares? This is just a base electric car that people need in the market. It's got airbag, by the way, so these compete with things like Wuling Hongguang Mini, which is another pure electric vehicle that sells really, really well. They've sold many millions in China. It's just really capable for daily drive, for people to drive. And right now we can see, and about 39% the vehicle has about 91 kilometers to travel. That means you should be able to get about 300 kilometers once you fully charge the vehicle. Yeah, it's a rather cool looking vehicle. It's sadly, due to the regulations and all that things, you probably won't be able to see this in the New Zealand market for safety related or whatever related. But yeah, the door opening feels wide and it feels cheap, let's be honest, but who cares? Nobody cares. Steering wheels, 14-inch. I haven't seen 14-inch for a while, but yeah, this is really cool. Now on the side, at the front, let me know if you like this sort of vehicle. There are so many configurations. You don't have to choose this purple color, by the way. I believe that is the charging port. There we go, fast and slow charge. They are available in the Chinese market. Now, the next cool Geely vehicle that's probably not going to be available in the New Zealand market is called L380. Hopefully that's the right way. It's more of a people mover, but funny looking people mover. As you can see at the front, it's just a funny looking lines at the front. It's got full LED running bars, a Geely logo, but not really a Geely logo on the top. Yeah, the interior looks quite premium. It's more of a nice looking people mover, but also very, very different. I haven't seen this on the road, to be fair. I don't know if they are officially has been selling for a while or not really. We'll see, I guess. Opening this up, power tailgate. There we go. A big wooden floor or decorated floor over here. Yeah, chair seats, even on third door, so 6-seater on this version. Yeah, cool looking car, but I don't know. I'm not sure about that. At the front, that's the digital dashboard and the head-up display. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to dive into this car. Now this vehicle is called the Geomi. So we've done the Geomi Mini just now. This is called the Geomi. So this is more of just a standard hatchback style. I think it competes with something like a BYD Seagull, Wuling Bingo or something like that. They are very, again, cute looking, attracts young or relatively young women's buyers. Interior looks quite different. And let's look. It still feels really spacious, really premium leather seats. I think the seats feels quite similar to what you can find on the Geely E5. Steering feels good, dashboard feels good. That's the digital dashboard. Gear shifter in the center, piano black panels. I guess they are cleaning the car. CT looking over here, very unnecessary, but they're all right. Buttons feels cheap, but over here feels solid. Plastic door handles and plastic trims are available. So yeah. That's the standard Geomi. So this is more of a bigger car compared to the Geomi Mini. It's definitely more capable and even got power tailgate. Boot size is actually really good since this is a big hatchback. I think this is around 400 liters overall. We stack everything up. Not too bad at all. Now, back seats, it's really spacious. Being a Chinese car, you're going to have a much longer wheelbase and standard vehicles. So yeah, that feels quite spacious. And that is the Geely Geomi. Apart from that, Geely also have many other vehicles that's available, sedans and slightly bigger SUVs. This is the Geely Galaxy L7. It's called EMI, so plug-in hybrids. So this is called Bingyue L. This is a small compact SUV. I think this is available in the Malaysian market. They haven't really come to New Zealand just yet. Yeah, so it's compact SUV, petrol power, twin exhaust, makes it look really aggressive, but they're not. They're just a standard driving vehicle. petrol powered, I believe, and yeah, not bad shape. It would have a really good goer at the MG ZS or some other vehicles. Interior, again, just stack up the screens after screens, but at least you get a nice center console design over there. 3 cup holders, that looks good. Anyway, that's the Bingyue L. Alright, the next one is called Xingyue L. This is a sort of budget-friendly 7 seats available in the Chinese market. They sell really well. This is funny story. In South Korea, you can buy this vehicle under the Renault Group chassis, and they sell really well actually. And build quality is good, chassis feels really good, interior feels good, it feels solid, and it's just really cheap in China. I think the Chinese pricing, it's going to be about 40 to 50,000 US dollars, and for 7 seats like this, it's definitely affordable level. Look at the second row, it's huge second row. Do remember you get 5 seats or 7 seats configuration in the Chinese market, and this is the interior. Twin dashboards, you get digital dashboard, you get the running dashboard bars, you get cup holders over here, many piano blocks. This chassis feels very similar like a Volvo XC60. That's why people like this, because they drive really well, and it's got beautiful designs. Alright, next one we have the Chery brand. Chery is obviously available in the Chinese market, in the overseas market. There are many sub-brands that's available. This is called Fengyun. They're just a standard sedan-looking shape. These even have a big spoiler at the back. Not gonna focus on those. This is called Chery QQ. QQ is more like a small mini car, like a K car again, pure EV. I don't know much about this car. I'm gonna skip forward. That's the Fengyun T9. This is a plug-in hybrid or pure EV maybe. We want to see the Tigo or Tigo 8 or 7 and things. Now this is the Tigo 7 that's available in the Australian market. Very budget-friendly SUVs, got heaps of storage space for 5 seats. But if you use this as a 7 seats, it's definitely going to be really small. But yeah, that's the Tigo 7 or Tigo. And this, I believe, the Tigo 8. This is called Tigo 8 Pro. I think this is also available in the Australian market. They are also considering bringing this to the New Zealand market as far as we know. Again, the interior feels just like all the other key Cherys. You got dashboard over there, twin displays, and now this is the Omoda 5. So they've actually changed this under the Chery group now. This is like a Tigo 5 in the Chery group, but this is essentially just a Omoda 5. And now this is the Chery Tigo 9. Tigo 9 is a premium flagship. It's really cool, but this is different from what you get on the overseas market, because this is a much more premium. It looks definitely different. This is the new shape, as far as I believe, and the interior looks really cool, I think. The front grille looks chunky. It looks aggressive, very aggressive. Let's have a look inside. There we go. Look at that. So its steering feels like all the other Chery cars. Dual displays, aircon feels like Mercedes-Benz sort of style. Air vents over here with the wireless charging, cup holders, door material feels really good. It just feels like a nice spacious car. Look at the adjustments on the seats. That feels good. That's the door opening, by the way, and piano black trims, and that's the electric seats adjustment, by the way. Yeah, feels really nice. Alright, that's the Chery group. Now we have the Benteng. I really don't know much about these cars. Looks like they still got the mini EVs on the front. They've got the SUVs at the front over there. They got a medium-sized SUV like that. I think they are all pure electric for these particular brands. But next we have the Dongfeng. Again, another state-owned sort of factory or state-owned brand. I don't know much about them. And just a medium, small, and sedan, whatever. Anyway, let's walk to the next. Next one is Hongqi. Hongqi is another state-owned brand. They are focusing on the luxury brand. At the same time, they also got many budget-friendly vehicles that's available on the market. So they do have many like medium-sized or small-sized sedans that sells on the market. First one is the H5. It's more of a standard sedan, like maybe a Corolla sedan or Camry sort of style. You got PHEV, you got EV version, you got petrol version. Next one, that's going to be the expensive. I think that's called H9. Feels very luxurious. It kind of goes with something like a BMW 5 or BMW 7 Series. This is a cool looking van actually. I went to someone's wedding in China. Their wedding car was kind of this. It just feels really luxury. You can see the look, you can see everything overall. Shall we get inside? Let's have a look inside. It's really premium. I love the Hongqi logo. It just stands out. You can see the dual dashboard and dual display over here. That's nice. Seats looks comfy as. This is petrol powered, I believe, but I think they're also available in the plug-in hybrid version. Even the diamond cut looking things, but this feels plastic, by the way. Steering feels really good. Hongqi logo over here. And yeah, this feels actually quite nice interior. Seats is comfy, electric adjust, of course. This is the front. It's definitely really aggressive. I love the look, honestly. And they're also available in different color choices. They are available in two-tone colors, just like the Rolls-Royce. So yeah, that's the Hongqi. And next one is the HS5. That's a medium-sized SUV. It's also really popular in China. And let's see if we can find something more expensive, which will go to the next one. Now this one is the HS7 plug-in hybrid. Let's have a look at the price. So 275 Chinese yuan. It's still relatively inexpensive for the size. This vehicle is over 5 meters long. Can you believe that? 5 meters long. That means it's going to have a huge space at the front, huge long wheelbase as well. The interior feels really cool. Look at that. Jeez, that's a crazy interior. Tablet screen that goes up and down, digital dashboard, seats feels really comfy, and then opening the back, you got chairman seats actually. That's cool. But yeah, the seats feel material doesn't feel that great. I'll be honest with you. This is the 6-seater version, I think. They are also might be available in the 7-seater version, but this is the 6-seater configuration. And this is how the rear looks like. Again, tailgate, we can open that. Yeah, after the seats, there's still a small gap over here because again, this car was longer than 5 seats. So yeah, super spacious. Let's look at the front before everyone gets in. Ooh, this is the interior. Looks really nice. Leather feels okay. Again, I said you can see the marks over here. But yeah, steering feels good. Piano black trims, indicators, cruise controls, windscreen wipers, gear controls over there. Again, they are relatively expensive. Not super premium. You're going to see the H9, I think, or EH9. That's the top trims. But the front looks again very aggressive. All the Hongqis do have that red logo that goes at the front. It's a big grille. Anyway, that's the Hongqi stand for us. Now the next stand, we are going to head to Ford. So Ford used to be really popular in China, not anymore. First one is the Territory. It's a big vehicle. This is one is obviously focused on the off-roading. Now this one, I don't know the English name, but this is a big 7 seats as well, plug-in hybrid. This is the Mondeo, still being sold in China. And then the next one, we have a crossover. Is that the Mustang? No, Mondeo Sport. So it looks a little bit more coupe shape. Feels a little bit high on the ground clearance in some way. And next one is the Mustang. This is still many people's favorites from small muscle car, but they are just quite different. Anyway, that's the Ford stand. We are going to move to the next one. This is the Beijing brand. So Beijing is actually a motor vehicle brand. That's why their vehicles are pretty much all called BJ with a number behind. BJ40, I think they have BJ60. Yeah. Sounds awkward for European, I know, for English market, but that's just how they name their vehicles. They pretty much focuses on off-road vehicles. The BJ40 is one of the populist off-roaders among their lineup. BJ60, this front definitely looks a lot like the Jeep Grand Cherokee in some way, but this is big. Look at that. Jeez, that's a big car. That's a long vehicle as well. Anyway, BJ40. Another off-roader sort of focused vehicle. This is something like a really hardcore off-road. Many people who travel to the sort of southern or northern China to go off-road will use something like this as well. Feels quite challenged, but you can see the doors and everything, they kind of just go with the Wrangler design. I think you can take the things out. Everything feels really solid, very rugged. Yeah, that's the Beijing BJ40 for us. All right, I'm done for the first stand and I'm really exhausted. It's not an easy job to do when it's so much noise and when there's so many cars to look at it. So we're heading to the second stand. I'm gonna do this video in the second part. I'll let you know my thoughts about the second video. So I'll leave that out in the comment down below in the next video. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.